Let's get to it though. Thursday night football. We got the Atlanta Falcons at the Carolina Panthers for the second time in 3 weeks. Who do you like in the captain spot?
Man, what a slate. I'm going to have to go with Marcus Mariota here in the captain slot. He obviously doesn't offer much as a passer, but he certainly carries a ton of upside as a runner. So on a slate like this, I do like going with a dual threat quarterback like him. Plus, he has 3 rushing scores on the year, so he could, be involved in all of the Falcons' touchdowns here. So in a situation like that, I do like to go with him as the captain. Just like you said, just a couple weeks ago, he threw for 250 yards, 3 touchdowns, and ran for 43 against the Panthers. So there's not much to pick from the slate. So he might be pretty popular, but I think I'm going with him in the captain slot.
Yeah, I mean, he had a pretty decent fantasy game last time they played. I'll go with DJ Moore. Speaking of decent fantasy games, I like Cordero as well, but short week, he's just coming back. I don't know where his health is at, but it does look like AJ Terrell missed practice again on Monday, which is not a good sign for his availability on the short week. So, PJ Walker, they're going to give him another start. He's got to essentially kind of prove himself now, and that's been his money. Is kind of getting DJ Moore involved, whereas the other quarterbacks really hadn't been able to. So he had a bad game last week, but against the Falcons, obviously had a great one. So I'm going back to the well with him. Who do you like for dart throws?
So this is a slate we absolutely have to consider kickers and defenses, like play them all. But for the Falcons side, got to go with Damiere Byrd. Now he's more of a downfield threat, and he's seen a pretty good uptick in usage. He's been averaging 57% routes run rate past 2 games, an ADOT of 28 on the season. He scored those 2 long touchdowns the past 3 weeks, so he might be highly rostered. I don't know. He is pretty expensive. He's just the kind of guy on a slate like this. He only needs 1 catch to break the slate. So he's who I'm going with on the Falcons side. And then, God, on the Panthers side, usually you don't consider a number 1 tight end for a team as a dart throw, but that is certainly the case with the Panthers and certainly the case with Tommy Tremble. But I'm going with him. And, he doesn't see much volume, but, his underlying usage has been, decent lately. He's been averaging a 56% routes run rate. He's actually seen a 21% target share the past 2 games when he is running routes. So that's decent. And he scored 2 touchdowns the past 3 games. So honestly, that's all we're rooting for is just a cheap touchdown from him. He actually has a rushing touchdown in his career as well. So they do tend to get creative with someone like him in the red zone. So it's not pretty, but I'm going to Tremble on the Panthers side.
Yeah, no, he's definitely stepping it up lately. I think he's kind of emerged as that top option. I think it was Ian Thomas, earlier in the season, but right now definitely looks to be Tommy Tremble. For me, I'll go with Shi Smith on the Panthers side. He ran a route 84% of the time last week, and Laviska Shenault only 6%. Higgins was inactive, so for whatever reason, Shi Smith has been getting the playing time all year. For the season, he's averaging a 71% route participation rate, and that's all we're really looking for with these guys. Is just a game like this. They're obviously are the top guys that everyone's going to have, like Moore and Patterson, but Shi Smith is a guy who's going to be on the field a ton, may not be super popular, so going with him. And on the Falcons side, I mean, it's really tough. I like Bird as well. Another guy I'll throw out there is Michael Pruitt. I mean, Panthers have been bad against tight ends. He's running around about 15% of the time. But so maybe you get a goal line, a play action touchdown or something. But he tends to see a little more like if it's between him and Parker Hesse, who's going to catch a pass. I still think Pruitt is more likely. So but it's tough sweating on the Falcon side. But I'll go Pruitt.
Yeah, Shi Smith, I mean, you're right. He's getting the playing time, but he's mainly running wind sprints.
Yep.
But again, he's running a lot of them, so maybe he'll accidentally see a target. But Laviska Shenault, it seems like, I mean, he's barely getting any playing time, but when he is on the field, they're giving him the ball. So he's a player. If he were just to see, like a 20% routes run rate, please, just asking for 20%. He seems like he'd be good on this slate as well. But again, there's nothing we could do about that. The coaches are making the decisions, but I think Shenault might be sneaky as well.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like he was kind of cutting into Shi Smith's work a couple weeks ago. It was like 2-1 in favor of Smith, but last week it was 84% to 6% for the route side. Yeah, it's tough to call, but Chenault, I agree. He is especially on a slate like this where there really aren't that many options. I mean, you're not really risking too much by going with a guy off the radar like that, so I don't mind it. We got a fullback on the slate. We got Keith Smith. I think he's a kind of a below average though on the
Giovanni Ricci.
I mean, he's more of a tight end now. Yeah, I think he's playing more tight end this year.
Okay,
so I think
he's quasi fullback. He'd be a little bit more enticing than Keith Smith, but yeah, Keith Smith is definitely a below average option.